I know one discussion we've had that kind of plugged me in with you has to do with reparations. You're just saying, oh, I don't think blacks should consider reparations. Oh, it's okay for Jews, but it's not okay for blacks. And what's that about?
There are still Jews alive today who were in the Holocaust, who were in concentration camps. There are no slaves alive today.
My great-great-grandparents were slaves.
Right, but they're not here today.
Well,
so I'm just saying is that when's the statute of limitations, or who are you going to pay?
All I'm saying is that these things should be considered with compassion.
I was asked as to why I'm putting together these conversations about such delicate and incendiary topics. And the truth is, I've been frustrated watching the news and reading the newspaper about the lack of candor and balance in discussing these issues that affect us all.
Again, I think that's a choice, and I know you've chosen to stop using that word, even though you probably only use it when we talk. But
do I have to admit on film I use that word? No way! Okay.
Yeah, right. Well, you just did, so.
And I realized that I was holding some pretty substantial racist beliefs around my black brothers and sisters. And that was disconcerting to me. I don't think I'm unusual in that way. I think a lot of people who are well-intentioned are holding some unconscious beliefs in this area. And what I really appreciate about our friendship over the years is that I've had a chance to look at that through you. Where do you see, and we're going to talk honestly first about maybe what the white community needs to do to kind of step up and be a partner in this. And then after we honor that completely, we'll talk about maybe what the black community can do as well, because I do believe that there has not been enough discussion on the contribution the black community can make to its own elevation, liberation, that kind of thing. Sure. What is one of the more frustrating aspects that the white communities doesn't get?
But I think really what happened during Barack Obama's presidency is that the white community got more polarized. I think they actually were more threatened, whether it's conscious or unconscious. I think they felt more insecure around having a black president. It's because of basically a blacklash,
A blacklash. Yeah. So the combination of the generations of slavery, followed by the generations of lynching, it left a huge mark in the mind and spirit of the black community. And for white people to say, get over it, there hasn't been slavery here and forever, I think is self-serving and short-sighted.
When you have a white police officer walk into a black man's apartment thinking that it's her own and she kills him, I mean, when blacks see that, they think, oh my God, it's like, we realize that this thing is still really alive and active.
But it is natural. It's a part of being human to mistrust and be uncomfortable with what is not familiar. The mind habituates to what is familiar. So if you don't look like me and you don't act like me and we have different values, I'm going to be a little slow to open and trust.
As many times as I've been stopped, and I've been stopped quite a few times for speeding, I would say 75% of the time, and it's always been white police officers, they just let me off. Now, why does that happen? I think it's my perception, how I see them. I don't necessarily identify them, all of a sudden I'm being stopped by a white cop. And I don't even necessarily thinking about, I'm just, a black guy. It's a whole different way of perceiving reality. And it changes. It changes the reality of racism in my orbit. And I've been blessed to have that experience in this life. And I'd love to see other people of color understand that principle so that, it changes this dynamic.
We are radio broadcast transmitters, and it's what we decide to broadcast that will have an enormous impact on how we're perceived and how we perceive life. Absolutely true.